Hey Ren, welcome in. I literally just started the the live screen. How's everyone's night going? Enter name. Can't believe I'm starting my new life tomorrow. Ugh, I have to pick something to wear. And there, done that. Oh, this is really wonky looking. I guess we could customize how we look. I did not know that I just chose this game randomly. Oh, we can see what we look like when we're running. Okay. Shoulders. Ooh, Dorito body. Doing good. New Kamen Rider and Super Sentai aired a short while ago, and both new episodes were really awesome. That sounds fun. Oh, boobas. Waist. More. Bottom. Ooh, thick. Okay. Fluff. Oh. That's fun. I didn't know that there was this much customization in color. Whoa. Okay. Close enough. 8. I don't want boobas. Character's kind of freaking me out, actually. I kind of don't like this. Our eyes. Do I want to be a cat? Match the cats. Hey, welcome in, Aurora. People joining. Hello. I didn't expect so many of you to join in. This is low-key freaking me out. I don't like how the characters look in this game. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I just binge watched an entire Korean drama. Well, the second part of a Korean drama that released yesterday. And a lot of stars. It was 8 episodes per part, so it wasn't that bad because I already watched part 1. Hair color. Close enough. I can't do multiple colors.
Quit playing!
Can I not choose other tops? I guess. Is this my only option? I guess so. I can't even select hats yet. Choose color. Bottoms. No, give me my poopy pants! Damn it! Escape? Nope. Ooh, it won't let me select things. This game looks really fun. Unlockables. I think you might need to unlock those. Yeah, probably. Escape. Finished character can be changed later. Good enough. For now. I didn't realize someone followed. Thank you, kitty cat 567U. Did my alarm not, like, alert thingy not go off, I guess? Oh my gosh, hello! Welcome to Heart Village. I'm Kiva, the mayor of this little village. She's a Neko girl. You got cat ears. We are so excited to have you here. We were also sad to have our aunt retire and the cafe shut down. Honestly, the village just isn't the same without her. Oh, the alert went off. I heard the wind blade. Oh, okay. I guess I just missed it for some reason. I do have my volume kind of low, so that might be it. But she did send me a postcard last week. It looks like she's really enjoying traveling. Apparently there are cats on other islands. Isn't that amazing? Oops, of course you'd know all about that, having come from another island. I don't know why I gave her this voice. All that matters is that you are here now. First things first, why don't you look inside your new cafe? It's a little boring and empty right now, but that's up to you to fix. Why don't you go inside and check the place out? Come back and talk to me when you're done. Oh jeez, wait. Even more first. Even more first? I need to give you your welcome gift. There's a couple of things that you will need to settle in. What did she give me? Q to use toy. E to hold pet. I can hold pets. Talk. Hey Brenda, did you check out the place? I love the layout and that star-shaped skylight. It's so pretty. There's a lot of work to do. It's completely empty of both people, animals, and food. I actually brought you some furniture to help you out, but I embarrassingly didn't know which kind you would like best, so I ended up bringing a whole bunch. What would you say your style is? They're spooky? Spooky. Yeah. Oh, perfect. Have these items of that type. You should place them in the cafe when you get time. Nice. Spooky. Oh, okay. Tab for inventory. Spooky. I got a chair. Where do you go? Oh, that's like behind the counter. Can I rotate you? How do I rotate? I don't know. I don't know how to rotate it. Place and select furniture. Okay, but store selected furniture. Rotate left, rotate right. Okay. Aha. Figured it out. No! Oops. Okay, let's do it again. Boop, 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 boop. Place. Okay. Is that a floating book? What do I do now? Do I leave? How do I leave? Do I leave? Escape? Nope. I don't know these controls. What is this? How do I go back to the regular, not inventory screen? Okay. Can I see it in my new chair? Yes, I can. That's a way to get on. Okay. I would like to get up now, please. Okay. Where is it? Oh, cute. It has stars. In the bedroom. do admit this game is a little laggy though, for some reason. Do I want to place more things? Cab. Spooky stuff. Hippo. I don't know how to decorate. Let's put you on another edge. Yes. Yeah. Good enough. I don't even know what to do next. And I old pet. Pick up Calico. Aha! What the? That's one way to hold a pet. It's so limp. I love this. What is this? Oh, that is cute. I'm just holding a cat. Hold to wiggle animal. I can wiggle you? Are you not wiggling? It's not wiggling. How dare you lie to me? Animal command. Go to the cafe. Be free. Follow me. Be free. Big kitty. Yeah, right. Oh shit, everything's so glitchy. Okay. Can I talk to you again? Okay, what's next? Animals. Your aunt always had a bunch of cute, cuddly animals in the cafe. Honestly, it is the best part of the whole thing. Why don't you look around and adopt an animal for the cafe? Normally, you should avoid wild animals, but the magic of this island has made them all super friendly and cuddly. You can pick up any animal and use the animal command to tell them to follow you or go to the cafe. Your animal journal keeps track of all the animals you've met and lets you give them names. Summon them to your party or give them hats. I can give them hats. Come here, cat. Control it. Go to the cafe. Okay, I guess that's good enough. Whatever. Let's go roam around. Yeah, so, like I was saying, I just finished watching The Glory. It's like 16 whoa. Why am I running like a titan? Okay, anyway, I was watching The Glory, which is a K-drama that's like 16 episodes long. And was broken into like 2 parts. So, yeah, I don't have to wait like weeks and weeks between episodes. Hello there, my name's Maya, Vice President of the Owl Club at your service. There's owls? I thought it was just cats. Oh, but I'm sorry, I'm the Vice President of nothing right now. There was a landslide that blocked the path into the mountains. Okay, that's weird. If we can't go to the mountains, that means we can't go to the Owl Club headquarters. And if we can't go to the Owl Club headquarters, that means you can't meet Freya. She's the president of the Owl Club and the president of my heart. Are they in love? Or at least one-sidedly. I'm in a real pickle of beans right now, is what I'm saying. Pickle of beans? I've never heard of that before. But yeah, it's a really intense Korean drama, and it's about this girl who had been bullied in high school until she had dropped out of school, and then she spent the next 17 years planning like a very thorough revenge plot to get revenge against like the 5 people. Well, the main 5 people that wronged her, and then a few more people that also betrayed her. They're all Korean names, which like does get kind of confusing after a bit, because you're just like, oh, who's who? whenever they just say like the name and then you don't see the face matching with it. So I guess I will probably just use some substitute names and like some nicknames for some of the characters to make storytelling easier. Oh, hello, you must be the new cafe owner. Kiva offered to let me take care of the cafe, but it turns out cats are very different from flowers. Yes, they are. They both require a lot of love, but cats don't like getting watered. No, they don't like getting watered. Oh, my name's Blossom, by the way. It's nice to meet you. If you ever want to plant your roots and soak up some sun, you can visit the garden Sunny and I share on the mill. So, yeah, anyway, the K-drama starts off with the girl kind of going to the police station to report her bullies. Running. Hello, welcome in. The Korean drama starts off with the main character. She goes to the police station to report her bullies, that she's being bullied in the first place, but that doesn't really help her case because in the end, that police officer that she went to is being paid off by one of the main bully's moms, which, yeah, ultimately everything like kind of backfires on her and her bullying gets even worse. When she leaves the police station, he like calls up the mom of like the main female bully and he's just like, yo, a girl just came in and is trying to report your daughter, but don't worry, I'm not gonna like investigate, blah blah blah, like it's up to you to decide what to do. And then so like after like she goes home, blah blah blah, the school day's over, and then the bully goes home from school and the bully's mom is waiting at the door for her, and the mom like slapped her across the face. And you're just like, oh, is the mom actually kind of good? No, she's slapping her daughter for a completely different reason than what you'd be thinking she's slapping her for. You'd think that she's like trying to punish her for being like a bully in the first place, but after the slap, the mom goes, you couldn't even bully someone to the point that they completely fear you, that they don't even have the courage to report you. She's like, if you're gonna bully someone, bully them until they don't even have the will to fight back. Yeah, that's even more messed up. So like, you're just like, oh, okay, so like, the girl's a bully for a reason, her mom's a piece of shit too. And then like, it's the next day at school, and then the bully is just like, oh, you had the audacity to go and report me to the police, huh? And she's just like, you thought it was bad before, well, it's gonna get way worse now. And then she takes out a hair curler. And you're just like, oh shit, she's not gonna do what I think she's gonna do, right? It's exactly what you think she's gonna do. She's like, from now on, you're gonna be my hair curler tester. You're gonna test to see with your own body if the hair curler is hot enough for my hair. So from then on, she's starting to get burned by the hair curler, which is so messed up. And you think, oh, this only happens in Korean dramas, right? Nothing like this would happen in real life. This is actually based on a real life crime that happened in South Korea before, where a girl did end up getting bullied, but like she did kind of get justice because her bullies were in the end kind of arrested by the police in that situation, like the real life case. But yeah, in the Korean drama, it's not a happy ending because then there wouldn't be a drama to have. So yeah, she's like bullied, and like you think at least when she goes home she's safe, right? No, the bullies found where she lives and like kind of broke into her like shoddy apartment, and they're like drinking. Were they arrested for the bullying or another crime? Oh, for the real life case, they were arrested for the actual bullying, because they did like burn her and stuff. And at first, like, she had like hidden it with like long sleeves and stuff, but then I guess like kind of close to when they were graduating or something, one of the teachers had like noticed that like one of her wounds was kind of like oozing as it was healing. So pretty much in that situation, the bully was like arrested in that case because they actually noticed that she was getting hurt. But in this drama situation, it's like really messed up because like nobody's on her side, not even the teachers. And anyone who did try to be on her side were like fired or something. So yeah. So she goes home and she finds that the bullies are at her apartment, and she's just like, how did you even get in? And they're just like, oh, like, you have a crappy ass lock, of course we can break in easily. And they're like drinking and eating in her apartment that she's like supposedly shares with her mom, but her mom's like never around either. And they're just like, oh, we're having drinks and snacks, all we're lacking is entertainment, we want you to dance for us. But she refuses to dance for them. So then they take an actual clothes iron out that belongs to her house. And they're just like, if you don't dance for us, we're gonna burn you, even worse. And then the main bully girl, she like looks at her and she's like, you got nice legs. And because she refuses to dance for them, later on as the camera is like panning out from her apartment, you can hear like screaming in the distance. So obviously her legs were burnt too. And like the next school that, can I jump off here? Nope, I can't. We're just tight and running. Yeah, so the next day she goes to school. Obviously she's like trying to treat her wound. She hasn't gone to a hospital or anything. Not that it would really help in her case, because at that point she feel like no one's on her side. And then the school nurse sees her wounds and is just like, who did this to you? So, you know, at least a nurse is a good person. So the nurse is on her side and she's just like, who did this to you? Like come with me to like the staff room, we could like report whoever's doing this. And then, like, what do you know? It turns out that the bully girl, for some reason, is also in the nurse's room. She's, like, behind one of the curtains to, like, one of the beds. Because maybe she was, like, skipping class or something. I don't know. But, like, she pulls back the curtains and she's just like, it was me that did it. Like, she adamantly just admits it. Whoa, it's a big cat. Big kitty. Big kitty. Can I interact with it? No, I want to pet it or something. But yeah, anyway, the bully girl, she like comes out from behind the curtains and she's just like, I'm the one that's been doing this to her. I'm the one that's burning her, blah, blah, blah. Like, you can't do anything to me because I have the power of money. And like, oh, there's a bear, but I can't go down there. Bear. But yeah, the school nurse tries to be on her side. Cats are liquid, they fit anywhere, yeah. The school nurse is trying to be on her side, but then the next day when she goes back to school, she goes back to the nurse's office and then sees there's a note on the nurse's office that says, sorry, but the nurse has been fired. And you're just like, oh, wait, what? Like, the one person that was gonna help her is fired the next day? So from then on, she's just like ruthlessly just like burned on a daily basis and has no escape. Like, whenever there's like self-study time or whatever, they like break into her classroom, skipping their own classes just to like torture her even more. Wait, could I swim? Oh, yeah, I can kind of swim. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so she's like ruthlessly bullied, so then she's just like, I can't take this anymore, I'm gonna drop out of school. And then on her dropout paperwork, she writes down the reason why she's dropping out is because she is being bullied. And then you think at this point, oh, maybe like the other teachers will kind of take notice, right? And then like look into the bullying. No, that everyone's just as bad at that point. No one's on her side. The people you thought were on her side are not. Where the frick am I? I'm like glitching in and out. Okay. Yeah, so basically the vice principal is just like, I've seen your paperwork. I want you to change your answer because your answer makes our school look bad. And she's just like, hell no, I'm not changing my answer. Like, I don't want them to get away with this. I want the world to know what they've been doing to me. And this part is like so messed up because she refuses to change her answer on the paperwork of like dropping out. The vice principal, he goes and he takes off his Rolex watch, places it on the table, and then he proceeds to start smacking her across the staff room. He's like hitting her so hard that she's like literally like falling backwards with each slap and is like traveling across the staff room as she's getting like pushed back from just pure slappage. And then like the only time that he's like stopping is when another teacher comes in and then you're like, oh, is that teacher gonna help maybe? And the teacher's like, no, she's not worth it. Don't waste your energy on her. And you're just like, oh damn, this entire school is messed up. Like, students are supposed to be able to rely on the teachers, but nope, not in this case at all. Are you a cat human? Meow meow, meow meow meow. Oh yeah, it's cat human. What's for sale? Oh, I can buy things. A potion. Turn yourself into a cat. Okay. Interesting. I don't have a lot of money. I don't even know how to get more money. That's the thing. But yeah, she's trying to drop out of school, but like the vice principal wants her to change her paperwork to not say bullying anymore. And the vice principal contacts the main bully girl's mom, aka the queen bee's mom. And it's just like, oh yeah, like the girl that your daughter was bullying refuses to like change her reason of why she's dropping out. Like, we gotta do something about it. And then, like, the bully's mom is just like, yeah, no problem. I got the power of money. So, she goes and contacts the main girl's mother. And the moment you see her mom, you kind of know that she's trash just by looking at her. Because, like, she's like so trashy. Like, she has a perm, her hair is dyed like super super bright red, she's got like gaudy ass nails. She works in like a hair salon because she's like washing a man's hair, but then like this man is like trying to like grope her, and then she's just like, oh my gosh, like stop, but like not really pushing his hand away. But yeah, you can see she's like that type of woman where she's just like just a trash of a human being. And you can see that's probably the reason why they were targeting her in the first place, was because she was such an easy target and has like no adult that she can rely on. Either you look like a person that appreciates a good flower, and we appreciate people that appreciate good flowers, because good flowers is what we've got. I don't get to practice my sales pitch to new people very often, but you get the idea. I'm Lily. I help my pops run the flower store. Yeah, so anyway, Okay, whatever. I did not read that. I don't want to read anymore. Come on, goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah, so the vice principal is just like towards the mom is like, yeah, we're trying to like get your daughter to change her reasoning of why she's gonna drop out, because her reasoning says bullying, but we want you to change her work into saying that she's dropping out because she cannot keep up with the schoolwork. Party is full. Go to the cafe. And the mom at first is just like, oh, like, why do you want me to change the paperwork? Like, this is not any of my business. My daughter is her own independent person. I don't care about her. And then the queen bee's mom passes her mother an envelope, and then she opens it, and it's filled with cash. And I guess like the mom's boyfriend for some reason is also there too, even though he's like not actually married or like her legal guardian or anything, but he's just there for a free meal, I guess, because they're at a fancy restaurant. And like as soon as the boyfriend sees the money, he's like, oh, I'll sign whatever you have to sign. And then vice principal is like, no, you can't sign it because you're not her legal guardian. The mother has to sign it. And the mom is like more than willing to sign it at this point. And she's just like, yeah, like, hell yeah, like, I don't care whatever it says, like, as long as I get this money, I'm fine with it. And yeah, so basically, when the main character returns home, she finds her apartment completely empty. Her mom has abandoned her and run off with the money along with her boyfriend. So yeah, ultimately she's been betrayed by almost every single adult that is in her life, including her own mother, who should be the one person protecting her. And yeah, so ultimately her reasoning for dropping out is changed to that she couldn't keep up with the schoolwork and she was just a bad student, and that's why she's dropping out. And because her mom is like not there anymore, she has to support herself, so she starts picking up like a bunch of part-time jobs. And I mean, I guess because of the stress, she also has like stomach problems and whatnot. And then she like contemplates unaliving herself at one point. She like goes to a river, and you can see that her wounds aren't completely healed. They're like kind of like the pus is like oozing through her clothes, and she's constantly like in pain or like itching because of them, because they're still healing. And she like looks at the Han River, which is like a pretty famous river in South Korea, and she's like looking at the river and she's just like, oh, maybe like my life would be so much easier if I like just went into the river. And she's like, it's like in the middle of winter, I guess, during that time. And she's just like, oh, the water would feel so good on my wounds right now. And if I just like floated away into like non-existence, like I wouldn't have to suffer anymore. But then as she's about to go, and she's just like, no, I can't let them get away with this that easily. So I guess this is the start of her 17-year plan of getting revenge. Yes, she spends the next 17 years plotting out and dedicating her entire life to getting revenge on her bullies. She shows up to the school again, even though she's dropped out. And the bullies are in their usual area of being in like the school gym, just skipping classes, I guess, or something. And then you see that now that she has dropped out, there's a different girl getting bullied in her place. And she's getting like her arm kind of burned too. So I'm just like, oh, her bullying like escalated really fast in comparison. And then I'm trying to remember what happens next. Oh yeah, basically she walks into the gym, and then she starts saying each of their dreams, like their future plans, because in like, I guess like in Asian countries like Japan, South Korea, and like China, like when you are a senior in high school and I'm about to graduate, you usually fill out like this little like paperwork of like your future hopes and dreams of like what you want to accomplish in the next 10 years or something like that. And then she goes to like the main queen bee and she's just like, I heard that your dream is to be married and be like a housewife with a child. And then the other bullies kind of like start giggling and like, oh, your dream is like so silly and blah blah blah. And then like she goes to the other ones and it's just like, oh, I heard that your dream is to be a flight attendant, your dream is to be an artist, yours is just to like succeed your father's country club. And I don't know what the frick your last dream is for like one of the lackey guys. He's not one of the rich group, but he's just like the dog of the group basically. But yeah, she basically just like says all their dreams, and then she like turns to the main queen bee and is like, do you know what my dream is? And then at that point, like the bullies are just like giggling at each other and are like, like why would we even care about what you want and what your dream is? And she's just like, from now on, my dream is you. And they're like, what the frick does that mean? And she's just like, from now on, she's like, I had like thought about unaliving myself, but I thought that would be like too easy on you if your problems just went away. So I'm just gonna make your life extra difficult and dedicate everything to destroying everything that you have. And at that point, the queen bee is like kind of intimidating. She's like slowly kind of like backing up away from the girl. But at the same time, she's just like, you're just like a puny nothing. Like, what are you gonna do to me? You can't do anything. And they basically, like, the next 17 years, they kind of slowly just like forget about her because they're like, oh, nothing happened. Like, whatever. She's a nobody. But then you see her like working multiple jobs. She's working at a factory, and then she's tutoring kids. She ends up at like a university after like during in the factory she's like studying like crazy, and like she passes like her GED, so she could at least have like a high school degree before she can enter a university. Oh, who are you? Shop. I still don't have money. Goodbye. I don't even know what I'm doing in this game, honestly. I'm just walking around because it's kind of cute. But yeah, I mean, pretty much after she gets her GED, she's in university. One day, I guess because she's like kind of malnourished, she's like saving every single penny that she's making for her revenge plot at this point. So she's like very much not healthy and is overworking herself, and she passes out from hunger and then ends up in the emergency room. And then there's this guy next to her, I guess, who had gotten into a fight. Gotta talk to the mayor. Okay, I'm lost. Where am I? Where's my cafe? No, where's the mayor? Mayor, where are you? Yeah, she's in front of my cafe, as usual. Oh, it's the last thing I can't seem to recall. Oh, food, duh. Okay, so the other thing you need to learn is making food for the cafe. Can't have a cafe without cafe food and drinks. Your aunt left you a couple of recipes, but it's not many. I'm sure if you talk to the other villages, they may be able to share some family recipes with you in exchange for your help. But for now, why don't you head into the kitchen and try out one of those recipes? Sounds good. Oh, something else to note, this island is very much based in old magic. The way we do things is a bit different here. I think you'll really enjoy the cooking though. It's pretty fun to throw an egg the size of your whole body. What kind of eggs are you serving? Ostrich eggs? Oh, you'll see. Go try it out. Oh, okay. Where was I? My head is like no thoughts, head empty right now. Dream, saving up money, GED. University. Okay, yeah, she ends up in the emergency room, wakes up next to this guy. And I guess the guy was there because, like, he was picking a fight with someone and he got beaten up and then passed out. So the guy wakes up next to her first, and it's kind of like this, like, romantic moment because, like, as they're both in the hospital beds, their arms are, like, outstretched to, like, the side of the beds, and it looks like they're about to hold hands, and you're just like, oh, is this gonna be the love interest? I didn't think there was gonna be a love interest because this is, like, a revenge story. So he wakes up, and then I don't know where it comes from, but there's, like, this wind blowing, like, the curtain between them, and then it, like, reveals her face, and then you see, like, this pretty sweet little sleeping face of hers, and then he's, like, immediately smitten by her, and then you're just like, I thought this was about revenge. Why is this, like, all of a sudden, like, some sort of, like, high school romance or something? So he wakes up, he's, like, smitten with her immediately. She wakes up, like, immediately afterwards, and to see she's in the hospital and it's, like, trying to escape from it because she's just like, I got things to do. Macaron. That recipe. Oh, what the hell? I am tiny. This is what she meant by eggs the size of me. Okay. Where are the eggs? Over there. How am I supposed to go over there? Tab instructions. Nope. Oh my god, the cats are spazzing out. What? How am I supposed to get to the eggs? Hello. Base jump. Oh. Wrong way. This is an interesting game. Aha. Pick up egg. This. Wow. Oh my gosh, that propelled me so far. Yeah, so she's trying to escape from the hospital and she's, like, trying to rip the IV out of her arm. And the guy's like, whoa, 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 you're not supposed to do that. You can't just, like, rip it out like that. And he's just like, I'm gonna show you because coincidentally, I'm actually a doctor too. So then he, like, slowly takes her IV out, and as he's taking it out, he sees that the sleeve on her long sleeve blouse is, like, slightly rolled up, and you can see some of her burns on her arms. And immediately she sees that he sees her arm, and she, like, rolls her sleeve back up and runs away. And then I guess whoever was attending her, whatever doctor or nurse it was, sugar, cream cheese, what's the sugar? Sugar, where am I? Oh, honey, honey, jump. Where's the sugar? Is it up there? It might be up there. I guess I'm supposed to jump up there. I see tea and coffee. Where's the sugar, though? Sugar was not over there. Can the cat stop spazzing? What, dog? It's running through the door or walls. Calm your tits. Yeah, the attending doctor is just like, oh, the girl ran away. I didn't give her vitamins. And then the doctor boy who woke up next to her is just like, oh, I'll track her down if you give me, like, her information. And then I guess the attending doctor knows the doctor boy that was sleeping next to her, and he's just like, oh yeah, sure. Make sure she gets these vitamins because she's very malnourished. And I guess like somehow they found out what university she was attending. Where the frick is the sugar? Or maybe I'll just get the vanilla first. Where was the vanilla? Is it on the other side? Why did the butter just jump? Is it because of the dog? Probably because of the dog. Pick up milk. Cream cheese. Mer. Pick up butter. Nerp. Where the frick is everything? Why did they have to make cooking more complicated in this game? Vanilla, found you. Pick up vanilla. Throw it in. I'm seeing notifications. Is that where the stuff is? How am I supposed to get up there? I'm guessing it's this little thing. Yep. Go in the bottom. Yeah, I figured that out. Slowly. Pick up flour. Eee. Yeah, so he tracks her down and then he gives her vitamins and she's like, thanks, see you never again, probably. And he's like weirdly like interested in her for some reason, and he like kind of gives like puppy dog energy, very much so. So he like tries to find excuses to like see her again, like being like, hey, are you like eating your vitamins, blah 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 kind of thing. And then she's just trying to show that she's not interested. And then she's just like, oh, senpai, even though it's a Korean drama, I'm gonna use the word senpai. Just so then she can like get away from him. And then the senpai kind of plays a big part in this too, because like, he's gonna show up later for like a short bit, but yeah, literally everything of hers has been planned out. What am I supposed to do now? Go to the pot. Out of it. It takes me a while to get through things, but I'll figure it out eventually. What am I gonna do now? I'm just hopping on a pot. How do I tab instructions? Time your drums to create macaron shapes. Where? Time my jumps? What? Shape it where? How do I shape them? Whee! No? Okay. How do I interact with this thing? Logo. Aha. Yeah, so a few more years pass by. I guess she gets like her degree and stuff. Apparently she was studying to become a teacher. And you're just like, why a teacher of all things? How is that supposed to help you with revenge? Oh, wait. Toss the pan in the oven. Oh. Pick up. Oh, I am strong. Like bull. Run on the wheel to cook it evenly. Okay. I guess it's not fully baked. Oh, are you done? I guess you're done. Okay. Flip them. Okay. Pick it up again. Oh wait, more pogoing? Pick up the butter. Pogo. Nacho the Destroyer. Thanks for the raid. Welcome, welcome.
Quit playing!
We're talking about Korean dramas. Combine the halves. Yay, we're done. Woohoo. Make more food. Coffee. Start recipe. Calico Club. Yeah. All the cats. Grind beans. Beans? Where are the beans? I see the paw up there. This. Ah, wrong way. Oopsies. I love your design. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Space. Oh no, I jumped the wrong way again. I'm a gamer. Yeah, I'm totally a gamer. Nope. I'm about to go use the other spoon. Yeah, so anyway, she passes university and is now about to get her teaching degree. And then she's having a meal with her senpai that I had mentioned earlier. And then you're just like, oh, is this senpai good? No, he's kind of a sleazebag too. Apparently he's like married, but he's like flirting with her. And she's just like, oh, you're gonna do great. And blah, blah, blah. You're gonna be such a good teacher. And he's just like, ah, stop praising me. While he's like kind of like calling her pretty and stuff. And then she responds with, you should look at my legs, they're even nicer. And you're just like, oh, does she have a thing with the senpai? And then she's just like, oh, you should go home soon, your wife is waiting for you. And you're just like, oh wait, he's married? Hello? Heart. And a very ugly heart. Finish. This is all part of your training montage. Training to become an actual gamer. Yeah. Start recipe. I have a new recipe. What happens next? I'm trying to remember. I've watched like part 1 like a while ago. So like she's like tutoring a kid, I guess, and then as she's like tutoring the kid, she's just like, today's my last day tutoring you. Whoops, I dropped an egg. Okay, that's fine, it's fine. She's tutoring the kid and she's just like, oh, today's my last day tutoring you. And then the kid's just like, why is it your last day, huh? And then he's just like, is my mom not paying you enough? And he's just like, I have a method that I can get my mom to pay you even more. And he's just like, if you like start undoing some of the buttons on your blouse, and I could maybe talk to my mom about giving you more money for tutoring me. And then she takes out her phone, and you're just like, wait, what is she doing now? And then you can see that she's on a call with somebody, and it's the kid's mom. And then she's just like, yeah, so this is my reason of resignation. I'm not tutoring your kid anymore, and I expect like 3 times the amount that we had agreed on for you to pay me. And she's just like, don't even bother like arguing with me about this because I have this entire call recorded also. And then the kid's like freaking out. He's just like, Mom, like, don't misunderstand. This isn't what it looks like. And then she like walks away like the boss ass bitch she is. And oh, I dropped the flower. That is fine. Is it gonna bounce up again? I need the flower. Yes, it bounced back up to the counter. Yeah, so then she like walks out and then she goes to like this park area and then she encounters like the Dr. Golden Retriever energy guy again. And he's just like, why are you at this park? And then she's like staring at like a Go board, which is kind of like Asian checkers, but like way more complicated. It's like it looks like checker pieces, but it's more like chess, I suppose, in terms of like how hard it can be. And then she's just like, I want to learn how to play. And then he's just like, okay, that's not really like a hobby that a young person usually. Time your pushes to mix the ingredients from top of the mixer. Oh, okay, mixer. Am I supposed to climb up there? What do I push? Am I climb up? Oh, the books are little steps. That's cute. I am glitching. Okay. Mix. Space. Hello, little cat person just chilling on here. Where was I at? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, so he starts teaching her how to play because I guess apparently he knows how to play, but he never tells her how he knows how to play. And then they play for a while, and like I guess like a few months pass by, and then she finally beats him in a game. And and the doctor's like, I have taught you everything that needs to be taught. And then she's just like, this is the last time we will meet. And he's just like, wait, what? He was just like, we spent the last few months playing Go together. And now that I've taught you everything, you don't want to see me anymore? And she's just like, yeah, I've learned how to play, but you're not the person that I want to be in this game. And then he's just like, oh, mysterious woman, I like that. But he's just like, but why can't I see you anymore? And she's just like, I have my reasons, goodbye, probably forever. But it's actually not forever because they do meet again eventually because he is a love interest. And she gets like a haircut and stuff, and then she has like her teaching degree and blah blah blah. And then she goes to visit a house with a bouquet of flowers. And then she rings the doorbell, and then you kind of see like her senpai in a car passing by this house and then parks there. And you're just like, wait, is she like giving flowers to her senpai? What is going on? And then when she had rung the doorbell, the person that answers the door turns out to be the vice principal that had slapped her in high school, who was like trying to get her to change her answer of why she was dropping out. And you're just like, oh shit, like, is her senpai his son? And then the vice principal, he answers the door, and at first he doesn't recognize her because it's been like 17 years and she's changed quite a bit. Toss the cookies into the pan. Pick up the go. landed in the wrong place. Whoopsies. Yeah, so vice principal answers door, doesn't recognize her, and then she's just like, oh, you forgot about me already? It's like, you're the reason why I wanted to become a teacher. Blah, like, you're such an inspiration and such teacher goals. And she's just like, oh, senpai, you're here too? What a coincidence. This is your father? I didn't know that. And then you see a flashback of the time when she was getting slapped on the vice principal's desk. You see a picture with his son on it, and you're just like, oh, she's been planning this from the very beginning. She's remembered all of this important information for her revenge plan. And like, it slowly starts to dawn on the vice principal who she is, and his reaction is to kind of like want to smack her again. But obviously it's kind of out in the open, so he can't really like outwardly smack her, or else his neighbors are gonna start talking. So instead he starts like yelling like, what the frick are you doing here? Like, get out of here, blah blah blah. And he's just like, also don't give me flowers, I'm allergic to pollen. Like, I'll literally have like an asthma attack and die from pollen. I guess it's like super severe for him. And then the son is just like, oh, what's going on, Dad? Like, aren't you happy to see like your former student? And then he's just like, get out of here, blah blah blah, and whatnot. And then the son thinks it's like really weird, and then she's just like, and then she kind of like hints at like the reason for her dropout and blah blah blah. And then like the vice principal's son / her senpai is like horrified at this reality, and it's just like, I can't believe the father that I looked up to and like the reason why I also decided to become a teacher can be so cruel. And he's just like absolutely horrified. And I guess like in South Korea, like the profession your parents choose, and if you decide to go into like the same profession, if people know that your parent had done something terrible for that job and you take up that job, it's like it ruins your image. So he's like worried about if he can become a teacher now, if it gets out that his dad did something so horrible as a vice principal. Okay, this is good enough cooking. Space talk. I'm so proud of you. You're a natural. That only took me forever. Okay, I guess that's all that left is meeting some of your neighbors. Once you've met someone, they will start coming to the cafe whenever they have free time in their schedule. When people visit your cafe, they'll buy the food you've made, even when you aren't here. Your magical food stock is infinite, so don't worry about making new food every day. Oh, thank God. Ah, thanks for the raid. Thanks, Rose. Welcome, welcome. And I'm storytelling about a Korean drama right now. So basically, the Korean drama is about this girl who was like bullied in high school and forced into dropping out, and then her mom had like betrayed her by changing her paperwork of like why she was dropping out, because she originally wrote that she was being bullied, but then her mom got bribed by one of the bullies' moms into changing that the reason why she's dropping out is because she can't keep up with the schoolwork. And then her mom runs away with the money. She wakes up in the hospital being malnourished, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. She's going to school, she meets like a doctor boy. I'm skipping like a lot of details because I don't want to retell everything, but yeah, so anyway, she's at the point where she's getting her first revenge, and she shows up into her like vice principal's house, And it's just like, oh, you don't remember me? It's only been 17 years. How do I select the other? Okay. Anything? I can't wait to try growing mushrooms. Okay, whatever. Yeah, so a little bit of time passes by, and then like after the vice principal visit, I guess like her senpai slash the vice principal's son gets a teaching job and is gonna celebrate with his dad. And then his dad walks into his son's apartment, and basically the apartment is covered in bouquets for like people congratulating the son for getting a teaching job. And then like I mentioned that the vice principal slash the guy's dad has a pollen allergy that's like really severe. So he starts coughing, and then he's just like, I need you to like open a window like right now and like get these flowers out of here because I'm about to have like an asthma attack. And you see that the son's just like staring at his dad with like a very deadpan face, like he doesn't give a shit that his dad's about to have an asthma attack. And he's just like, what are you doing? Like, you're not opening a window, I'm gonna smack you again, or whatever. You know, he resorts to violence. And he's like coughing and gagging. And he takes out his inhaler. And he's like trying to like use his inhaler because he's getting an asthma attack from all the pollen. But then I think I talked to this person already. Okay, goodbye. Yeah, he takes out his inhaler, but then like mid-panic, he drops his inhaler on the floor. And he's like trying to grab it, but then his son kicks his inhaler away. And you're just like, oh my gosh, is the son going to kill his own father? And yep, he lets his dad pass away from a literal asthma attack from all the bouquets surrounding his apartment. And then you see that the vice principal guy is like being wheeled out in an ambulance. And then the son is like crying and like acting innocent. He's just like, oh, I'm so sorry, Dad. Like, I didn't realize like all these flowers would like happen, you know? Well, he's just like, I didn't realize like all these flowers would give you like a literal asthma attack that will like kill you. And yeah, so that's like her first revenge. Yeah, that is brutal. I mean, he kind of deserved it though, because like when she refused to like drop out of school, refused to change her paperwork to drop out of school, the vice principal, he had like taken off his Rolex watch and then like started smacking her across the staff room, and then eventually worked with the bully's mom to bribe her mom into changing the reason why she was dropping out. So yeah, he kind of deserved it in the end. Probably not death. Kind of wish that there was like another way, but it's just like I feel like the most severe part was that it was his own son that did it. So it's like that was like the ultimate punishment. Oh, there's a catty cat. I want to talk to it or pet it. How do I go even lower than this area? Because I saw a bear, and I want to talk to the bear. I look like a titan. It's just so funny the way the character runs. Is that a red panda? Oh wait, it's one of the ones I got to follow me. Never mind. So yeah, first revenge is kind of done, and then you see her digging in like a recycle bin, and you're wondering, what is she doing? And then it turns out that for the last few years or so, she had found out where the main queen bee bully lady lives, and has been going through her trash to get like important documents and stuff, because I guess in Korea, any kind of utility bills or important papers are like shredded and put separately from regular trash for recycling purposes. How are you doing today? Need anything? We should really get the path to the mountains open up so everyone in town can visit their friends there. Okay, where am I supposed to go though? How do I do that? Where's the mountain? Where's the mountain? Mountain? Yeah, so she's going through the trash, and then for some reason she can't find the usual shredded papers that she usually looks at and digs up. And then she's about to like walk away because she's just like, oh, maybe there's like nothing here. How do I clear this? How do I clear this? Do I just follow this path and maybe it'll take me somewhere? Or do I talk to the owl lady again? Probably. Yeah, so she turns around and the housekeeper is like, is this what you're looking for? And she's just like, oh shit, I've been caught. And then the housekeeper is just like, I've been like keeping track of you and I've noticed that you've been going into the trash for a while now. It's been at least a year since I've caught you, but you've probably been doing this for even longer. And then she's just like, are you gonna turn me into the police? And then the housekeeper is like, no. And she's just like, oh, you're not gonna turn me in? And what do you want from me? Like, do you want money? And the housekeeper says, I want you to kill my husband. And you're just like, wait, what? Like, what is happening right now? Like, how many people are gonna die in this show? And then it cuts to like a different scene because I guess like she agreed to it, but she's just like, I have to see the reason why you want to kill him before I like ultimately decide to kill him. And the housekeeper lives in like one of those like small apartments that's like in a basement in South Korea, which is like it's like a terrible like poverty thing in South Korea, like because they often do have flooding and it's like it's really problematic because those basement apartments tend to flood and kill a lot of people. So you can see like what kind of situation the housekeeper is in by living in one of those apartments. And you can see that she's like getting like beaten and smacked around by her husband and you're just like, "Oh, okay, he's a piece of trash too. He kind of deserves to die." And you see that she has a teenage daughter too, and then a daughter is like so fed up with the dad beating the mom that she like takes a knife and she's just like, I'm gonna like stab you if you keep on hitting mom. And then he's just like, oh, what are you gonna do? And then she's just like, I'm still a minor. Like, if I stab you, I don't care if I go to jail because like my record's gonna be like wiped clean and blah 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 by the time I become like a legal adult and stuff, rather than like if mom accidentally were to kill you or like you kill mom. And then the mom is just like, no, 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 don't do that. Like, don't ruin your future for like this trash and stuff. And then yeah, you get a glimpse of basically their entire like life situation, and you're just like, oh, okay, so I guess like the maid is part of Team Revenge here now. And then it pans to the girl, the main character, she gives the maid a car and she's just like, I want you to be like my little private investigator and you're gonna help me follow this list of people and take pictures of them and their daily lives and dig up some dirt on them. And then she also hands her like a fancy camera too. And you're just like, oh, sweet. The maid gets a car and a camera, and she just has to follow people and stuff for all these things. And then eventually, her husband will get killed. Hello, Balkuzi. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, the maid is now part of Team Revenge, and yeah, she's basically a little spy now for the bullies. The maid eventually goes back with her for like with more information, and then she's just like, oh, like, I got some real dirt on this guy. And then you're just like, oh, who's the first person that she had to follow? And it's like the dean of some sort of private school, and you're just like, why is she digging up information on this guy? Like, what does she have to do with this revenge plot? And then you find out that the dean that she's trying to blackmail apparently is the dean of this private school that the main queen bee's daughter is attending. Her daughter is like 8 years old now, but apparently the queen bee has accomplished her so-called dream that she wanted, which was to get married and have a kid. Find Autumn and ask her about the clearing the path. Did I already do that? Is your name Autumn? I was not reading. Nope, your name is Maya. Yeah, so then the information that the maid lady had dug up was basically, the dean is apparently having an affair with his chauffeur, and his chauffeur is also a dude. Which I guess in South Korea is very no-no, the whole gay relationships and stuff. So yeah, she has, like, pictures of this dean guy having an affair with his own chauffeur when he's like married and has children already. And then she blackmails the dean and is just like, I want to be a teacher at your school, but I also want to be a teacher of a specific classroom with a specific student. And then the dean sees the pictures and he's just like, oh shit, I've been caught, but I don't want this information to get leaked out, so I'm gonna give you exactly what you want. So she gets immediately hired, of course. I'm not supposed to go this way, am I? I don't remember who Autumn is. I wasn't looking at names. Nope, goodbye. She gets hired, and then she shows up at the school, like introduces herself as like their new teacher and whatnot. And then there's like this like other shady teacher that's just like, who the heck is she? And he gives off like extremely creepy vibes, which comes into play later. But yeah, you can tell that he's just like another trash human amongst many in this drama. And yeah, he's just like, oh, where did this like nobody come from? Like, we're such a prestigious school, and then she's just a brand new graduate managing to like get this sweet ass job at this private school, and was not only like hired like brand new, but like recommended by the dean himself. So he thinks that the reason why she got the job is because she was like having an affair with the dean, and that's why he hired her, because she's like a mistress. And then she approaches the queen bee's daughter, and you're just like, oh shit, she's not gonna do anything to an innocent child, right? Yeah, you're right, she's not gonna do anything. The child is innocent. She only wants revenge on the people that have wronged her. She's not gonna hurt a child. But she does tell the child, I'm friends with your mommy. And then the girl, she like comes home from school and she's just like, mommy, like, I have a new teacher. She says that she's your friend. And Queen Bee is like so confused at first. She's just like, what friend? And she finds out that she's the teacher, and then she remembers her, and she's just like, oh shit, like, what is she gonna do to my daughter being like her teacher now? And then like the daughter returns from school the next day, and then immediately when the daughter comes home, she's just like, oh my god, like, are you okay? Like, did anybody like try to burn you? And then the daughter's just like, burn me? Why would anybody do that? Like, that's so mean, mommy. Like, who would burn another person? And then you're just like sitting there as the audience, like, your mommy's that very person that would burn another human being. And yeah, so basically, she's like terrified that something's gonna happen to her daughter, but then she's like reassured that nothing's gonna happen when she like stomps into the school the next day after school. And she's just like, oh, your daughter's like completely innocent. I'm only here to like scare you and intimidate you. But where's Autumn? I don't even know. No, that's Marble. I haven't been reading. Sure. And then, as like the queen bee is about to walk back out of the classroom, she gets like a text message from one of the other bullies saying like, oh my god, did you just hear? Our former vice principal is dead. And then she like stops in her tracks and she's just like, oh shit, and like no way, like did she kill him? And she turns back to like the main character and she has this like horrified face. She's like, did you do this? Did you kill him? And she's like innocently smiling. She's just like, I don't know what you're talking about. And you're just like, oh shit, things are gonna get intense. And then the maid lady, she comes with like more evidence of like people she's been following. And then you see that the queen bee has been taking her daughter to like this special eye place. And you're just like, what's wrong with her daughter? And then you find out that her daughter is colorblind. And you're just like, what does this have to do with the plot? It turns out that colorblindness is a genetic trait that can be passed on. And yeah, which means the father is not the father. Her rich billionaire CEO husband is not the father. The wife / queen bee has been having an affair this entire time with her boy toy / lover since high school. And you're just like, oh, if she was gonna have an affair for like ever since high school, like why didn't she just marry the guy from high school? Her reasoning was that he wasn't rich enough. Yeah, he's a millionaire probably because he owns like country clubs and stuff like that. But why marry a millionaire when you can marry a billionaire? So, yeah. She's been cheating on her husband since literally before they've been married. No idea where I'm going. Yeah, so you found out that the daughter is marry a millionaire when you can marry a billionaire. Wise words and deeds. Yeah, so she's been cheating on her husband with her lover since high school. And yeah, and then it goes to like a flashback of like how you know exactly that guy is the father, and then you see like a moment from back in high school before the main character had dropped out. You see that guy is like punching another student because that student had like laughed about his color blindness. Can I talk to you? No. Just attend. Oh, no, I could talk to you. Does anybody remember who Autumn is? Yeah, so he's like punching the other guy for like laughing at the fact that he's colorblind. Does your map have a quest marker? I don't even know if there's a control for map controls. Four. Oh, okay. You know this game better than me, because I don't read. Question mark? Does it say the names of people? Nope. Who's Autumn? I don't know who Autumn is. Literally just been walking in circles. Am I supposed to go here where the question mark is? How do I get there? Change icons? Space? Nope. Oh. Press space? Nope. I've been doing that. It just makes them vanish. Aha. Who is Autumn? Have I met Autumn yet? Ash, Estelle, Poppy, Maribel, Mala, Kiva. Where's the frick is Autumn? Because I'm supposed to... Yes. Fashion photo shoot, path to the mountain. Maribel wants to use the cafe as a direct backdrop for a photo shoot. Put a piece of cloud furniture. Where am I supposed to get the cloud furniture? I don't know this game. I was just collecting cats. I forgot where I was in the story again. There. She's a teacher at the school. I forgot where I was. Do I have any cloud furniture? I don't think I do. Nope, I just have spooky. Potions and toys. I guess I'm gonna go to one of those people that sell things and hope one of them has cloud furniture. Intros. Nope. One. What other quest do I have? On a way to the city. Nope, I can't do that yet. Talk to Estelle at the general store. I have to talk to Maya again because I did talk to Estelle. I forgot where I was in the plot. The story's too long. Which is kind of funny because I chose this game in the first place was because I didn't really have to think, but now that I'm actually thinking, I forgot where I was at. Do you remember, Angie? Where was I in the story? Oh, something about like finding... Oh yeah, he was... The guy was beating up the other guy for calling him colorblind, and he's just like, oh yeah, it was the color of my fist now with your blood on it. Yeah, and then you realize that, yeah, that girl is definitely the daughter of the affair instead of her husband's legitimate child. And then, yeah, once you find that out, you're just like, oh shit, what are you gonna do? And then like it like pans to a different scene of like the daughter and like hints of like her showing that she's colorblind. And then she's just like, I guess Queen Bee's husband had gifted her some pretty shoes that are green, and the daughter's red-green colorblind. And she's just like, Mommy, like, what are the color of these shoes? I can't tell if they're red or green. And the mom is just like, don't tell anybody that you can't see colors. And she's just like, okay, I promise I won't tell anyone. need clouds. Magic hair potion. Nope. You don't have clouds. Goodbye. What else do I have for quests? What a piece of rad furniture. Spooky chair. Talk to Ash. Who's Ash? Oh, this person. Okay, we will go find Ash. And then, yeah, the queen bee goes to her daughter and it's just like, these shoes, it doesn't matter what the color of these shoes are. All that matters is the fact that they're expensive. And it's like, oh yeah, great way of teaching your daughter. You're teaching her horrible, horrible lessons, just like your mother has been teaching you all this time. Apple does not fall far from the tree. I've been getting money. People are going to my cafe. And then... after you see those green high heels, it pans to her being in the store of like the country club owner dude slash affair guy. And I guess apparently he has like a clothing store too, which he frequently has affairs with the main queen bee. Cancel. Cute chair, cute table. You don't have cloud things. Rad furniture. Meet the townspeople to learn about the path. Find Autumn. I still have not found Autumn yet. Rad furniture, mushroom. Do I go to the cat person that was selling things? Do they have cloud or rad furniture? Yep. What's for sale? Pencil. Toe bean, table, chewy gummy, hair tie. You are of no help. That's none of the things that I need. Eventually, one of the bullies gets like an award because I guess she became an artist like she wanted to. Her background is like really sketchy because like she's the daughter of a pastor. And pastor is like really shady. It's like almost like cult-like their church following thing. And like very clearly like her dad has been like embezzling church funds and whatnot, and then she's a drug addict and she frequently buys drugs from the poor guy of the group slash like the dog lackey guy. I'm going back up the shop thingy, which I don't. I have no idea where I'm supposed to go at this point. So yeah, she's like gonna get an award from school. And wait, no, that's not where I was at in the story. I'm getting so confused where I'm at. Yeah, she goes to the clothes store, from what I remember. Yeah, she goes to the clothing store and she's trying on the same green heels that were gifted to the queen bee. And then she's like considering buying herself a pair. And then one of the poor guy, who's like the lackey, he shows up at the store and he sees her trying on these shoes, and being the sleazebag he is, he's just like, oh, who's this pretty lady? And he like recognizes her and he's just like, are you Mundong? And then she's just like, oh, you know that it's me? And he's just like, of course I recognized you. And like mooshing up to her and trying to get into her pants basically at that point. And he's just like, oh, like, do you remember me? And he's just like, I was your first kiss, wasn't I? It was more of like a very SA kind of situation where he like kind of forcibly kissed her. And then she was just like kind of like feeding into his ego at this point because he's part of her revenge plot. And then she was just like, yeah, of course I remember you. You were my first kiss after all. And she was just like, he's like, do you remember much of high school? Like, did you know that out of all of them, I actually kind of feared you the most? And then you're just like, how is this supposed to make him happy? But no, it actually does make him happy. He's just like, oh, really? You were scared of me the most out of all of them? Like, I was that much of a bad boy? And she's like about to take off the high heels, and he's like, no, 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 keep these high heels. And it's just like, I own this shop. And you're just like, no, you just help the guy run the shop, but you don't own it. And then yeah, he gives her these same heels, and these heels are like pretty important because there's like 3 pairs of these heels that the different characters own, and it's like connected to a future incident. And she's just like, oh, we should like go and have like a coffee date or something. She's like, I need to like catch up with you on some things. And then nope, this is the stuff I don't need. So they go on their little coffee date, and he is just like, oh, how's your life? Blah, 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 catching up. And then he goes and is just like, oh, I'm like, don't you remember like the last thing I said? Like the last time you guys saw me? I'm here for revenge. And he's just like, oh, you are? And he's just like, then why are you like just like nonchalantly approaching me? And she's like, because you don't have anything to lose. So there's no point in, well, she's like lying to him at this point. She's just like, the only thing that you have worth taking is your life. But that's no fun. You have nothing to lose. So I decided to work with you instead. Like, aren't you tired of being like their lackey? And he's just like, oh, I'm interested in this. Where's this conversation going? And she's just like, I have a way for you to make some quick money. And he's just like, money? I'm interested in this now. Like, yeah, hell yeah, if it's a chance for me to like escape this life of just being their dog, I'm going to work with you. Because you clearly don't have any interest in getting revenge on me, which she totally does. And place Blossom gift in the cafe. Okay. Back to the cafe. And then she's just like, do you remember the girl who was bullied before me? Yeah, there was somebody else before her. And she's just like, he's like, oh yeah, I remember there was like some random like other girl before you that was bullied by us. And he was just like, yeah, what about her? She's dead, isn't she? And you're like, hold up, like there's been like another person that has died? Like, what is going on? Flower, egg. Just gonna place things at random places. Add. What is this supposed to be? A divider? Maybe? So yeah, he's just like, why are you bringing up this like dead girl all of a sudden? And she's just like, oh, don't you know she was murdered? And he's just like, wait, she was murdered? You mean like she didn't jump off of a building on her own? Wallpaper and floor, blah blah blah. Furniture. Is that all I'm supposed to place? Yes. Place a piece of flower furniture. The anniversary date is tonight. Wait for morning to talk to Sunny. Okay, that's that. Place Blossom's gift in the cafe. What was Blossom's gift? Rad. Spooky. Was it the rug? I don't recognize the rug. Probably the rug. Talk to Poppy. So yeah, she reveals the fact that the girl that had been previously bullied before her that had died by falling off of a building was in fact actually murdered and not her unaliving herself. And he's just like, oh, what do you mean she was like murdered? And he was just like, it wasn't me that did it. And she's just like, I know it wasn't you because I know the person that actually did it. And he's just like, tell me who it is so then like I can get my money. And then she like whispers into his ear and then his eyes just like widen so big. And then he's just like, cha-ching, I'm gonna be like so rich and I'm gonna escape this life of being a lackey. And then it goes back to the maid lady. There's like a lot of jumping back and forth between this story. But it goes back to the maid lady and her daughter. And she's apparently been tutoring the daughter, but she does it in secret. Because technically in South Korea, if you're an actual teacher, you're not allowed to tutor students. It's illegal to do that. So she like finds very like obscure places to go and tutor the maid's daughter. And then they end up like on a train. But it's like one of those like nice trains that has like dining areas and stuff in there. That is weird. I feel like tutoring should be legal there in case student needs extra help. Tutoring is legal, but it's illegal for an actual teacher to be tutoring students that aren't yours. I guess like outside of like regular class hours. Because Korea is extremely competitive for school, for like unnecessarily competitive. Like they literally have like the exam day for when they take like college entrance exams, basically kind of like the SAT day. And they like shut down everything. They like shut down freaking airports. Like if you want to fly to South Korea on that day, there are no flights that day entering or exiting Korea. Because like literally everything is shut down, so then like students can go to take their exams and stuff. It's like their one shot at having like a good school life or university life. So yeah, she's like secretly tutoring the maid's daughter, and she's tutoring her like in a train now to like get away from people that might recognize them. And then guess who shows up on the train? The doctor boy. And you're just like, oh my gosh, like she hasn't seen him in like how many years now? 2 years apparently has passed. Wait, no, like not. Has it been 2 years? Yeah, it's like been 2 years now. And apparently he just got back from like military service, because in Korea it's mandatory for men to do at least 2 years of military service before the age of 30, I think. Which like a lot of like K-pop groups try to like get around, because like obviously like the boy bands are super popular, and then like if a member goes like missing for 2 years, their fame will probably drop or something, or just you're just gonna get like older in that time. So they always try to like find like alternatives and whatnot for military service. But yeah, the doctor, he just got back from his military service, and he's like staring at her, and he's just like, am I dreaming? And you're just like, oh, he's so precious, like golden retriever energy. And then he's like talking to her, and he's just like, oh, like, how have you been? Blah, blah, blah. They're like catching up, and he's just like, have you won against the person that you wanted to win against for Go? And then she's just like, not yet, but I'm gonna get there soon. And then eventually you do find out the reason why she wants to play Go. And it's because the queen bee's husband likes to play. But he like never really has anyone to challenge him, because it's always like old farts that play that game. And it's like very rare for like a young person to be interested in playing. And then like I guess the husband frequents this like, there's bunnies. Bunny, 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 bunny. Come here. Don't run away from me. Stop running away from me. I can't run that fast or turn. No. No, 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 no. Pick up the bunny. Yes. Go to the cafe. Yeah, so she goes to the area that the husband likes to play Go at. Oh, submitted midterm project for class. Nice. Stay in school, kids. School is important. Yeah, so she goes to this Go area, and that's the place that apparently the husband likes to frequent. And so when he enters this Go playing house, she's surrounded by these old men who are like very impressed by her skills, because she's been beating them like one-on-one for like who knows how long. And then they're all like very intrigued at her playing style and whatnot. And then he's just like, oh, why are like so many people surrounding this like one table? And then like the old man that he's talking to is just like, oh, like it's like super awesome, because like you don't see like many youngsters playing these games anymore, but apparently there's this like young lady that plays and has been beating everyone here, and everyone's like super interested in where she's from and like who is she and stuff like that. And then the husband is intrigued too, so then he goes and checks up on the game, which she's just about to win again. And he like sees, and then he's just like immediately kind of like entranced by her, and she like wins easily against the old man that she's playing against. And then she's just like, cough up the $20 that you owe me. And you're just like, oh, she's gambling here. She takes her money, she gets up and then just like walks out the door without even like looking at the husband guy. And he's just like, she doesn't know who I am. I'm this like rich CEO guy, and she just like walked past me like I'm nobody. She didn't even like look at me or say like excuse me. So she's like constantly on his mind. He can't stop thinking about her. Yeah, and then like he keeps coming back for like the next few weeks, trying to like look for her again, and then he can like challenge her also. But then she doesn't show up, because like she's obviously trying to like get his attention, but not making it too easy. Oh yeah, I almost forgot, the amount of followers you have now sums up to the meaning of life. many followers do I have? I don't know. I haven't been keeping track, but I'm assuming I'm getting close to being an affiliate, which is good. Yeah. Where was I at? Shit. It's almost 10 o'clock. Shit. I'm like not even close to done with like just part 1 of the story. A lot of part 1 is like not even like about her actual revenge itself. Like, yeah, she does get like revenge on like her vice principal and everything, but most of it's like kind of like built up. And then like most of the actual revenge is like in part 2. Which I'm just like, I do like how they built a story, but it just like took so long to get to the actual revenge portion, which is a little tiny bit of a disappointment of how long it took, because you're just like, I just want to see her get revenge. Yeah, so she gets her husband's attention, and then like one day after like weeks of him like visiting regularly, she finally walked in as he's about to leave, and then he challenges her to a game. She wins easily, and he's just like, I want to play again. And then she's just like, oh, you're that willing to like continue losing your money, huh? And she was just like, that's gonna be another $20. And then like she wins a second time, and then immediately once she wins the second time, she like gets up and leaves, and he's just like, whoa, 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 like you're just not even gonna like acknowledge me outside of like playing Go. And then he like follows her into like this convenience store where she buys triangle kimbaps, which is kind of like onigiri basically, but like the Korean version of it. So she has like 2 of them, and then like she's just like, are you hungry? And then like she hands him the other one, and he's just like, I've never eaten this in my life because I'm a rich guy and I don't eat like convenience store food. And she's just like, oh, suits you, like whatever, like this is my food then. And she's just like, you're not interested in this food anyway, so I'm just gonna take it back. I like how this game kind of sings. Look for Trixie the raccoon around Cutie City. Trixie the raccoon. Have I seen a raccoon? No, I haven't seen a raccoon. I've seen a red panda. Talk to Ash. I haven't met Ash yet either.
Every day is something new.
Where's Poppy? Have I met Poppy yet? Oh, Poppy is this person. Aha. Beard. Let's go find a beard. Shit, I forgot where I was in the story again. I forgot where I was. Whoopsies. Yeah, okay, playing Go. Just playing Go, you beat him, convenience store. And then... yeah, so she's even more on his mind now. And then... one day she's like teaching, and the little girl, I guess, is drawing a rainbow. And then the kid next to the daughter is just like, that's not the color of what rainbows are. You're getting all the colors all mixed up. And then you can kind of see the little girl panicking. And then the main character / teacher walks over, and she's just like, well, I mean, it's an art class, you know? Like, sometimes people have like creative liberties. Like, maybe this is her version of a rainbow. And like you see that the little girl's like kind of relieved, because she's just like she's like remembering that her mom is telling her not to tell people that she can't see certain colors. And she goes and actually saves this piece of art that this little girl has made, because she's gonna use this as part of her like revenge plan. And she also takes the little girl's toothbrush, because I guess like after they have meals they brush their teeth at school to make sure that their teeth are in good condition, I guess. And she does a DNA test. She gets the guy, the poor bully, to take some DNA from the colorblind guy. And at first he's just like, why do you need his DNA? He's like, oh, does he have like a secret love child? Did you get pregnant? Is that why you dropped out of school? Blah, blah, blah. And he's like asking all these questions. She's just like, just shut up and give me his DNA. And he's just like, okay, I'll do it. And then so she does a DNA test against the little girl's toothbrush and the colorblind guy's hair. And obviously it's a match, 99% match. Woo! You're the father. Congrats. And then she mails the DNA results to the colorblind guy, and he's just like, what is this? What's with this like child's toothbrush that came in the package too? And then he's just like, it's like, could it be that like this little girl is my kid? But then he starts getting like all territorial and shit, and he's just like, oh my god, I'm a father. Even though he was not interested before, but he's such a narcissist that at this point, he just like knowing the fact that he has an offspring, even though he didn't give a shit about her beforehand, because he thought that she was the actual legitimate husband's daughter. But now he's just like, oh shit, like, and then he's like trying to convince the queen bee to like divorce her husband and blah blah blah, like, we've been together for so long, like you don't even like love him, do you? Blah blah, like come and like divorce him, live with me, be together with me, we could be a happy family, blah blah blah, it's all I ever wanted. And then one of the other bullies whose dream was to become a flight attendant, she does actually become a flight attendant, but her dream is like not that simple. The reason why she became a flight attendant in the first place was because it was like her key to like meeting someone from like the first class seating area and marrying her way to being rich, because like out of the bully group, 3 of them are rich and 2 of them are poor. And like obviously we already know the poor guy, but she's the other poor person, so she wants to marry into a rich family so she doesn't have to work a day in her life ever again. She's also been crushing on like the colorblind rich dude since high school, but obviously he's like never been interested in her and has only been interested in Miss Queen Bee. So yeah, I guess like the flight attendant has actually found a guy willing to marry her that's like rich and stuff, but he's like a complete douchebag. He only is like literally marrying her because she's like pretty and has boobas and stuff. And is like tall, I guess. The guy's kind of short, but he has like this like weird thing for tall chicks, I guess. Because when she's like engagement ring shopping, he is angry that she's wearing flats, and he's just like, once you're married to me, I never want to see you wearing flats again. He's like, I don't care if your feet are absolutely killing you, never wear flat shoes when you're around me. I only want to see you wearing high heels because I like it. But yeah, like before she got engaged to him, she was like trying to see if he was like actually worth it, so she had like the other poor guy investigate for her and like do like a background check to see like if she would like be willing to marry him or not and stuff like that. So it's like, so through that guy who's like double crossing everyone at this point, the main girl found about like the flight attendant's fiance too, and kind of like threatens her in a way, because he gets close to Miss Flight Attendant Girl's future mother-in-law, and when she befriends her, the flight attendant girl is just like, oh no, no, like, please don't tell my like mother-in-law about like our past and stuff like that. Like, this is like my only chance to like escape from being poor. And like, if you tell her what happened, obviously I'm not gonna get married. And like, I already like kind of submitted my resignation as a flight attendant, because I knew that I was probably gonna marry this guy. So like, if I lose my chance at marrying this guy, I'm not going to be a single penny ever again. Where is Poppy? Yeah, Poppy's down there. Okay, so yeah, so the flight attendant girl, she's like begging like, oh, please don't tell anyone about like our past, because I'm like gonna get married and I don't want my chances to get ruined. And then the main girl is just like, okay, you don't want me to tell your future mother-in-law that you used to bully me? Then from now on, you're basically like my bitch, and you have to listen to what I have to say and do literally anything that I tell you to. And then she's just like, yeah, I'll do it. She's like, as long as like you don't tell my future mother-in-law what happened between us, then I'll literally do anything for you. And then eventually the husband of Queen Bee finds out that she's his daughter's teacher, and then the daughter mentions to him that the teacher had mentioned the mom and her were friends. And he's just like, huh, that's curious. Like, I know all of my wife's friends, and she's never mentioned this person before. And now she's suddenly in all of our lives, and she's my daughter's teacher. So then he knows that the flight attendant chick is like very gossipy and likes to talk shit about his wife. So he goes to the flight attendant girl and he's just like, oh, I have this Hermes bag for you as like a bribery, in order to like get some information on what this teacher's relationship is with my wife, because like whenever I try to ask my wife about her, she's terrified of like telling me anything and saying that they're not actually friends, even though my daughter said that they're supposed to be friends. Where am I? Okay, I'm going the right way. And then the flight attendant girl, she basically brats out the fact that they actually used to bully the main girl. And at first he doesn't want to believe it, because he's just like, oh, there's no way that my wife would do something like that, and like she'll never tell me this after being married for 10 years. And then like slowly she's like blackmailing everyone. So she like blackmailed the flight attendant, and then she goes to like the art girl next, and then she's just like, oh, you're my next person that I'm gonna take revenge on. And she's just like, if you don't want your secrets to be like leaked, then I want you to fill this like duffel bag that I brought with like filled to the brim with money. And you're just like, wait, what? And she's just like, yeah, I want like that hard cash money, like not in Korean won. I want you to fill this entire bag with US dollars. And she's just like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, you crazy B word. Like, why would I give you money? You have nothing on me. And she's just like, oh, I have plenty on you. And she's just like, I know that you're basically a drug addict and you've been extorting money from like the church funds and stuff illegally and blah blah blah. So then like the girl gets like scared and then she's just like, oh, okay, I'll give you this money, but like you're not gonna get away with it, you know, like God's always watching. And then the main girl is just like, that's like really ironic considering like the fact of like what you've done to me and you actually believe in God. Yeah, so she gets the money from the art girl, and then she's the reason why she's getting this money is not for herself, is so then she can send the maid's daughter to America, where she can be far, far away from the abusive maid's husband slash like the daughter's father. Yeah, so she gets like this money, and then like she's trying to like help the daughter escape to the US, like study abroad and whatnot, and then she gets her revenge there. And she like, one of the moments that she's like driving around, one of her like tires pop, and or like an engine trouble or something, I forgot, but something happens that she needs to take her car to like a mechanic, and she takes her car to get repaired, and then mid getting her car fixed, she has a panic attack because like the people in the car mechanic place, car shop, I don't know anything about cars, but yeah, the car shop, the people working there are having barbecue, and that sends her into a panic attack. Hello, baby, welcome. She gets into a panic attack because the sound of the sizzling meat from the barbecue reminds her of the sound of her own skin when it was getting burned. And yeah, she gets into a panic attack, collapses, drops her phone, gets completely dirty in like car oil that's like on the ground, and like people are surrounding her asking her if she's okay, and she's like freaking out, and then she shows up at the golden retriever doctor's place covered in car oil. I mean, right now I'm still on like part 1. You've heard part 1 already. I might do like part 2 tomorrow or something, so you don't have to worry about part 2 yet. It's so cool you're able to recall all this. I swear I forget most things I watch within 20 minutes. Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is still part 1. I'm not on part 2 yet. I will stay then. Yeah, so she shows up at like the doctor place, and then she's just like, you said that you wanted to like know more about me, and that you basically are willing to help me in like whatever I need. And she's just like, I'm going to test how far you're willing to help me. And she's like, I have something to show you. The only notable thing I accomplished with mine was memorizing the whole periodic table back in elementary school. Nice. That's, yeah, I had like pretty good memory from like high school and stuff. Yeah, I would like read entire chapters from like a whatever chapter I was for history class, and then I would memorize it after reading it just once and ace every single test. So, um, yeah, and like pure memorization, I think my memory is like kind of good, but when it comes to like things like math, I guess when it comes to like formulas and whatnot, that's harder because it's more than just memorizing. Yeah, it was like really funny because like in high school, like one of my history classes, my history teacher liked to play History Jeopardy, and after like a few weeks of playing it, I wasn't allowed to participate anymore because I kept on getting all the answers and not giving anyone else a chance to answer it. So then at some point, my history teacher like set me to the side and was just like, you can do whatever you want over here. It's like basically like a free study period for you because we're playing History Jeopardy again. And he's just like, yeah, you don't have to play. You can like do homework or sleep if you wanted to, honestly. And then he's just like, at the end of the class, I'm gonna give you a prize anyway because I know that you know everything. And I was like, oh, sweet, nice, okay, I'm just gonna take a nap then. Yeah. Where was I in the story? Oh yeah, she goes to the doctor guy, and then she's just like, I have something to show you, and I want to test how far you're willing to actually help me, because you said that you wanted to help me with, because like she had briefly told him about her like vague plan to get revenge, but not like the details of it or exactly why. And he was like questioning why she just like wouldn't just give up revenge for happiness, and then she's just like, oh, it's like it's gone way too far. Like there's no way that I can be happy at this point. Like I've invested too much of my time for the sake of revenge. And yeah, basically she starts stripping. She doesn't get completely naked obviously, but she's like stripped down to like a sports bra and like compression shorts basically. And then he sees that her entire body, like her arms, her back, her legs, like the reason why she's like always constantly covered, even like wearing like long sleeves and long pants even in the summertime, is because her entire body is completely scarred up from being burned by a hair iron and an actual clothes iron for her legs. And seeing this, he's like so enraged because at this point he's like kind of in love with her. And he's just like, oh my god, like what happened to you? Like who did this? Like I can't believe those people did this to you. How can they be like so inhumane? And he's just like, at this point, like any like regular person, you would think, oh, maybe at this point they'll be like too scared in what she's planning and like back away, but he's like completely willing to. He's just like, do you need an executioner? He like literally asked her that, and she's just like, wait, what? And he's just like, yeah, for you, I'm like willing to kill these people. Like unforgivable. And then you're just like, hold up, is he not as like golden retriever puppy boy as you think he is? Like why is he like, he's a doctor, like why is he like so willing to kill all of a suddenly? And then you find out that he actually has his own dark past. The hospital that he works at, his mom is the director of the hospital, and before the mom was the director, it was his dad that was the director, but his dad was actually murdered. And like not only was his dad murdered, but he's been getting letters from his dad's killer for like who knows how many years, like taunting him like, oh, I can't get the feeling of his like warm blood like spraying all over me and like feeling the life drain from him. And you're just like, oh my god, I feel so bad for this guy. Like how is he like so full of like love and warmth and stuff when he has gone through this, and he's like still going through this because he's like constantly getting letters. Because like during the part where like he had bumped into her and like was like trying to catch up with her life and stuff on the train, she was asking about him, and he's like, oh, I just got back from military service. And she was just like, oh, awesome, military service. And she's like, she like kind of like jokes around and it's just like, oh, did you get like a lot of letters from girls? And he's like, yeah, I got letters, but not the letters that I wanted. And then you're just like, oh, okay, like what he said makes so much more sense now because like you know that he's been getting letters from his dad's killer from prison that has been like constantly taunting him. Like even when he was in military service. And you're just like, oh shit, like that explains why he's so willing to be her executioner now. And yeah, it's like it's very messed up and stuff. And at this point, what happens next? I feel like I'm saying some things out of order because it's like been a while since I watched it. It's been at least like a month since I watched part 1. I literally just binged part 2 all of yesterday when I came home and like today. But yeah, so he's like willing to get revenge for her, and then like I said, like Queen Bee's husband is asking this like gossipy flight attendant girl details about what went on in high school. And then like at this point, like flight attendant girl has been like blackmailed by the main character into like being her lackey now in order to like keep her future marriage safe. Yeah, so she like blurts out everything and she's just like, yeah, we used to bully her, like your wife did terrible things, blah blah blah. And then she's just like, but if you really want to know all of the details, like all the super gruesome gory details, like you should probably ask your wife instead. But she's just like, yeah, I'll take this like Hermes bag and stuff. But she's basically just told him the fact that they did bully her, but just not the extremes of how far they went in bullying. And yeah, she was just like, yeah, you should ask your wife about it. And then the husband eventually meets up with the main character again, and he's just like, I want to know more about you, like what my wife did to you, blah blah blah. And he's like, I try to ask my wife more about you, but she like refuses to talk to me about it. And she's just like, oh, she's like, I have like a method of how you can get your wife to admit what she did to me. And then she's just like, go to this address. And then at this point you're just like, oh wait, like what address is she giving? Like and then it cuts to like the scene of the douchebag, the poor douchebag, who's like double crossing everyone and just trying to make bank. You see him like calling a lot of people, like all of the bullies involved and stuff, and then like you're just like, oh, like this is a death flag, isn't it? Because like he thinks that he's gonna make bank. And he's like trying to blackmail literally everyone in his life at this point. And he buys a plane ticket to Russia of all places. And he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna be so rich and I'm gonna escape to Russia with all this money. And then you see that as he's like about to escape, like he does like mildly threaten someone on the phone, like, oh, I know what you did to like the first girl that we bullied, I know that you murdered her. And then like as he like buys his like plane ticket to Russia and stuff, he's in like the clothing shop that he works at / manages for the colorblind rich dude. And like he's like all like gloating and stuff, and he gets his head smashed in, and you're just like, oh yeah, I was right, that was a death flag, he just got murdered. Which I mean, it's kind of like along the lines of like her revenge plot anyway, because like literally when she like told him that she wasn't gonna get revenge on him right away was that like the only thing worth taking from him was his life. And she was kind of right, and he died. And then you're just like, holy shit, who killed him? And then only thing that you see from the killer is that the killer is wearing these green high heels. See, I told you that these high heels were important. So you're just like, oh my god, like who's the killer? Is it the queen bee, or is it the main character that he gifted the green heels to? And then but also apparently the flight attendant has those heels too. So you're just like, oh, is it like the person that you least suspect to have killed him? Was it the flight attendant who we haven't really been seeing that much of because she's not super important to the plot? So you're just like, oh, we have like 3 suspects, but who could it be? And then it like pans back to Queen Bee's husband talking to the victim slash main character. And then she's just like, here's an address. I want you to go here if you want to know more about my past and what your wife has done to me. And then the address that she gives him is her own address of this apartment that she's been renting. And this apartment has like a direct view. Like if you go to like the rooftop of this apartment, she has like a direct view into their mansion. So she's been also using like her apartment to spy on them through like their giant like wall-sized windows too. And then I guess like Queen Bee, like not knowing what exactly the heroine has been planning, she like hired a private investigator, aka the police that didn't report her bullying back in high school that her mom has in her pocket. So she had like the police officer investigate her background and stuff like that, and then she finds out where she lives. She goes to the rooftop, and then she's just like, this like fucking crazy bitch has been spying on me this entire time and has been seeing through my mansion. And but like Queen Bee's world is like slowly crumbling because basically colorblind dude has been like getting like very territorial and like possessive. So he's been like going like to her husband and being like kind of like hinting like, oh, are you like really the father, blah blah blah, that kind of thing too. And has even like tried speaking to his lawyers of like how he's able to like take custody. And then the lawyer's just like, oh, the only way you can get like custody of this child is if you know that the child is in danger in like their own home, or the parents aren't getting along and they're gonna divorce. And he's just like, aha, that's the plan, that I'm gonna get them divorced kind of things, and then I can have my child. Yeah, so because like her world is like crumbling apart, she had hired like the police officer to investigate into like any like dirty laundry that the main character has, but he's just like, oh, there's like literally nothing that I could really find that you can use to blackmail her with. Like she's like, her background is like squeaky clean, she got good grades, blah blah blah, she doesn't even have any tickets. And he's just like, the only thing that I could find is like her address. And so she goes to like her apartment, and she like tries to break into the apartment. She like hires this like locksmith, and the locksmith is just like, this isn't your apartment, is it? Like, why are you having me like break into this like apartment place? And then she's just like, of course it's not my apartment. He's just like, you know it's illegal, right? And she's just like, why do you think I'm paying you so much money to open this lock? And he's just like, oh yeah, right, yeah, you're totally right, like you're paying me like mad money right now, so yeah, I'm gonna break this lock for you. And then he like breaks open the lock, and then she enters in, and then she sees in this apartment this entire wall of photographs, like all over the apartment is like covered in pictures. And she's just like, she like stares at it, and then like you think that she's scared at this point, but yeah, and then she like whispers, "I shouldn't have bullied you," and then you're like, oh, is she finally regretting like her choices from high school? Like, is she finally like learning her lesson and being scared? And then she continues her sentence. She's like, "I shouldn't have bullied you. I should have killed you back then." And you're just like, okay, this lady is never gonna learn her lesson at this point. She's never gonna feel like she did anything wrong. Like, only wrong that she's ever done is like not killing her. Pretty much she's just like, "I should have killed you back then." And then you hear somebody opening the door, and then you're just like, oh shit, what's happening now? Like, are they finally gonna have like a one-on-one confrontation? But nope, she turns around and it's her husband staring at her. And that's the end of part 1. Yeah. So you're just like, oh shit, like, does the husband like know everything now? Is he gonna leave her? Like, what's gonna happen? That sure was a long taken. Yeah, I know, this is like such a good story. I have like so many like different like K-dramas and like movies that I'm probably gonna talk about in like future streams. But like, yeah, they're all so intense. I might have to rewatch a few of like the older movies and stuff, but like, yeah, a lot of it's like super intense. So yeah, next stream, probably tomorrow. I'm probably gonna stream earlier than today. It's gonna be like an afternoon stream. I just started watching a K-drama about a girl who can see ghosts. I've seen like a few K-dramas. That seems to be like a common plot about like people that can see ghosts and stuff. Ew. But yeah, those are also pretty interesting. But I usually like lean towards like crime stuff. I've never seen a single K-drama in my life. Oh my god, K-dramas are very, very intense. Yeah, there's like quite a few on Netflix and stuff. I mean, probably like a good starter K-drama would probably be whatever ones are on Netflix. It's like easier to access. I don't know if I can handle it, the intensity. I mean, not all K-dramas are super intense. It depends on which ones you watch. There's definitely like more like kind of like romancy, cute love story ones, and then obviously there's ones like The Glory, which I was just talking about, where it's like super intense and like full of murder and mystery and stuff like that. Yeah, so like, yeah, part 1 like literally leaves you on a cliffhanger of just like the husband confronting the wife inside the main character's apartment filled with like photos that she's been taking of them for so many years. And like eventually like the main character's mom is going to show up in the drama too, because like obviously the mom was one of the people that betrayed her. So like she's been like investigating like what her mom has been doing too. Like her mom is among the photos of all the people that she wants revenge on. So yeah, that's gonna be very intense. Yeah, it's like very satisfying in part 2 because like she does get revenge. I mean, I kind of wanted more for what happens to the queen bee, but I think like what the queen bee got was like kind of the most best way that she could do it without actually killing anyone. So like I think the best part of this drama is that she never gets her own hands dirty. Like, it would be probably so easy if she could just literally just kill everybody, but then like that will like defeat the purpose, because then eventually she'll get caught and end up in jail and stuff. But no, it's about her using their own sins against them basically, and like turning it against them and ruining their own lives by like revealing the truth of all the things that they've done. So that's what I really like about this one, is that like, yeah, she could probably easily just kill people, but then like all the people that die and stuff, like, she doesn't have anything to do with it. It's like just the people in their lives that do it for them. But yeah, that was part 1 of the glory. So, and tomorrow I'll probably stream around 1 or 2, and then I'll talk about part 2. Yeah, okay, yeah, I got interrupted just now, so temporarily muted. Yeah, it's like 10:30 now, so yeah, I actually managed to tell all of part 1 in this stream, which is good. That's what I wasn't planning. Yeah, part 2 will be tomorrow. I'm gonna start from 1 or 2 p.m. probably, and tell you the rest of the story. That level of memory is insane. All I really do at work is like listening to like crime podcasts and stuff like that. I have no life. I guess that's like just one of the few good things about me is that my memory is like so good, which is how I'm able to fill the void whenever it's like an awkward silence and just storytell during streams at this point. Probably play a different game than this tomorrow though, because I'm very clearly not reading the quests, and I've been just running in circles, so I don't think I'll be able to have like much playing content. So I'll probably play like a different game that's like kind of chill too. I don't have to think too much and get distracted by. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of the stream, guys. Like, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed K-drama story time. Yeah, part 2's tomorrow. I hope some of you can make it. If not, then I'm gonna turn these into VODs anyway, and then like post it on my YouTube, which is under literally the same name as my Twitch. So if you can't make it to tomorrow, you can just watch the VOD and then hear part 2 anyway. Because I'm not gonna retell the story, obviously. Good night, guys. Thanks for watching. Did you guys actually enjoy it though? Like, it was like really intense, isn't it? It's like I'm trying to see if like this would work for streams, like if I just like tell stories and stuff of like things I've watched or listened to. Yes? Yeah, okay. So yeah, I guess this is gonna be the type of streamer that I'm gonna be. I'm just gonna story tell as I stream. Oh, yay. Woohoo! I'm glad you guys enjoy it. Yeah. Life stories are never a bad idea. Yes, very good. Eat. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for showing. Good night. I find it so hard to keep talking while streaming, so this was really good to watch. Yeah, I definitely noticed that like if chat is like quiet, I don't know what to talk about, so this is like the only thing that I can think about to like fill the void of not being able to interact with chat as much if they're not talking. So like, yeah, literally like my memory is all I have to rely on to like fill the void. Yeah, I'm glad that everyone enjoyed it. Good night. Bye. Have a good night.